Hi everyone, my name's Ercy and welcome back to my channel in day 2 of 30 Days of Stephen Graham Jones. In this video, I'm going to give you my thoughts on Attack of the 50-Foot Indian by Stephen Graham Jones. So if that is something you want to see, then I hope you stick around. So like I said, this is day 2 of 30 Days of Stephen Graham Jones. And this whole idea was created by Amanda over at the Reading and Writing Life. And I know you've already know who she is. I know you've already gone and subscribed to her channel. If you haven't, pause, go do that, and then come right back. But Amanda came up with this idea for everyone to read works by Stephen Graham Jones because he has so many books. And I wound up picking 2 for this collab. So you'll see me here today on day 2, and you'll also see me on day 19 for another work of his. But right now, let's just focus on day 2. So this is just going to be really quick because this book was really short. It's a really short story, Attack of the 50-Foot Indian, and currently it is only available as an ebook. So when I bought the book, or when I bought this short story, it was only $1 on Amazon or Amazon Kindle and stuff. So I was only able to read it through my Kindle. But it's cool because it was only 15 pages long, roughly around 15 pages long. I think it says on the description that it's like 40 pages, but the work is like 15 pages. There's like an acknowledgement or like like a word from the author. And that's only about like a page and a half. And then the rest of it is just a preview of another one of his works that I'm sure someone else will be talking about later on this month. Either way, I mean, it's only $1. It's 15 pages long. What do you have to lose, right? And that's pretty much what I thought going into this book. I will say right off the bat, this work was captivating. It was funny. It was thought-provoking. And it really highlights the stereotypes that people of color, or specifically Native Americans, deal with in the United States, and just the perceptions of other peoples on them whenever they are forced to confront with the idea of a Native American and what has been done to them and the history of the United States and their history. So it's going to be really hard not to talk too much about it because, like I said, this is a really short story. But I will tell you a little bit of what it's about. So this story it opens up with this huge, giant Native American in the water. And we've got the government trying to figure out what to do with this behemoth of a person that just arrived out of nowhere. And he seems to be like on the run, like he's headed somewhere. And we don't know what, we don't know why, we don't know where he came from. All we do know is that we have all of these different forces and groups trying to come together to figure out how to deal with this giant Native American problem. You can hear how it sounds weird, right? You can hear how it sounds like we're dealing with a group of people rather than this giant person, right? It's like 50 feet tall. But I think that's sort of the point. And obviously when it comes to dealing with something that people are uncomfortable dealing with, you're gonna have a bunch of fools coming out of nowhere, out of the woodworks, being a hot mess at the end of the day. Like everyone's true colors start coming out, and that's where the story really highlights the issues that Native Americans have to deal with in terms of dealing with other people and how they perceive them. We see a lot of the stereotypes that they face sort of come to the surface, come out, right? Like this is their opportunity to have these moments where they're sort of allowed to say how they feel, but at the end of the day, it's still atrocious and it's still horrible to hear how people react towards Native Americans when they're forced to confront with them. Over history, we see Native Americans being pushed to these reservations, and they're forgotten and they're ignored, and their problems, it's their problem now. But without acknowledging that a lot of these things were other people's perceptions of them and being forced onto these Native Americans. And I really feel like this was highlighted in a really creative way with this story, because people are literally forced to confront the Native American as he is this huge giant person that came out of nowhere, right? And is causing trouble for the people when he's really not. He's just trying to go somewhere. This is a story I would definitely recommend just because it's short, B, it's funny. It reminds me of like those old sci-fi movies with like a big giant. I know, Papa. Hi, he hand me his toy. Go. I know. Hi, come here. Want to say hello? Come here, right here. Right there. Look right there. No, right there. It's hard to get a good angle. Hi. Thank you. Hi, good boy. Oh, thank you. Good boy. Paw. Touch. You don't want to do anything. Poke. It's so funny. All right, this is Bruce. But anyways, so like I was saying, I definitely recommend this story just because it's short and it's funny. It reminds me of like those old sci-fi movies, like where we've got like this alien coming out of nowhere, or like this like some kind of monster or something coming out of nowhere, and then people are like, we've got to band together to deal with it, right? But the monster, supposedly, right, in this story is a Native American person, and it's a human being. And people are forced to have to confront how they feel towards another human being. And I think that's where it's really interesting, because it's funny in terms of we're pointing out the hypocrisy and the way that just the way that people are, right? Like, we're able to highlight those things in a really funny, unique way, while also being very thought-provoking at the same time. And I think that's where the beauty in this story is, and it really is able to pull out those ideas without being so political about it in a sense, right? Like, it's political, but it's not at the same time, and it's just really interesting. But yeah, like I said, it's only 15 pages long, so what do you have to lose? So I would definitely recommend this story for you guys to check out, and I hope you do, because I really enjoyed it. So those were my thoughts on this story. I know it's really short. It was a really short work, but I'm going to pass it on over to Cait Coy for day 3 of the collab. If you are watching this the day it comes out, you're just going to have to wait for tomorrow for Cait's video to be released. But if you're watching it on the playback, just go right on over to Cait's channel and check her out too. But anyways, I really hope you guys give it a go. Thank you to Amanda for allowing me to be part of this collab. She's a really great person in the booktuber, and I hope you guys go check her out and support her channel as well. But if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.